Lee and Elaine Roy have had one heck of a year. They've been on a mission trip to Colombia, South America. They've performed on the Jerry Lewis Telethon, won Duo of the Year at the Inspirational Country Music Awards, and they now have a new record label to help launch their latest project. As great as 2010 was for the Roys, 2011 looks to be even brighter.
We are sitting down today with the Roys. It's so good to see y'all again.
Nice to see you too.
It's great to be here.
You have been so busy.
We have.
I feel honored that you guys took time out today to talk to me. So talk to me a little bit about you just got back from across the world basically on a missions trip. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we last year we won the ICM Inspirational Country Music Duo of the Year, and from that a company called Compassion International approached us, want to know if we want to be part of their charity, which is it's a children's charity. It's to help children that are in extreme poverty around the world. And we looked at their website, and it took all of 3 minutes for us to both go, you know what, we have to do this. I have kids, and I can't imagine my kids living like that. So they said, before we make it official, we need to take you on a trip. You need to see what we do and how we do it and where all the money goes and how we're affecting these children's lives. And so they took us to Bogota, Colombia, South America. And we actually sponsored a couple of kids, and we got to meet them while we were there. And we got to go to the churches and the schools and into some homes and see how these people live. And it puts a whole new perspective on life when you see that.
I'm sure it ends up
amazing.
probably being a blessing for you.
Oh, you know, like
we
we didn't know how it would affect us. You know, we were hoping that by sponsoring the children that it would change their lives, but it also changed ours in a profound way. So it's an amazing, amazing thing. It's $38 a month, and a lot of people say that's a lot of money. But we always say, for us, it's sacrificing maybe one meal out in a restaurant per month. And I even questioned if $38 a month was going to change a child's life.
Yeah.
Like, how can $38 a month really make a difference? And when I met my sponsored child, her name was Nagelis, I fell in love with her instantly. And I met her grandmother and also her father. And they were like, you are such a blessing to our family. You know, I am unemployed, and this is so going to help her in her schooling and her nutritional needs and health needs. So $38 really can change a person's life. It changed her life, and it also changed mine.
Gonna give you back all the hurt you gave. Gonna give back the tears and all the wasted days.
Now, earlier you mentioned Brian White, and for the viewers out there, Brian White is a very talented songwriter.
Extremely talented songwriter.
Co-wrote and wrote with Rodney Atkins and Steve Dean.
Yes.
And we were talking about earlier a song for Rodney Atkins, Watching You.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the many. And Steve Dean happens to be your co-producer. Is that
That's
correct?
right.
On your country album?
Yeah. Yeah, we I guess in 07, was it 07 or 08? 08, we went to the ACMs in Vegas, and we ran into them, and they came up and said, man, we're huge fans of your music, you know, all this stuff. And Steve said, man, when we get back to Nashville, we ought to write. So we got together and started writing, with Brian and Steve and myself, and then Elaine, and we all kind of got together. And it just one thing led to another, and we started writing a bunch of songs together. And we had what we thought was such a great Roy's collection of music that it just felt right to have Steve co-produce it, seeing as he co-wrote it with us. And he was, you know, thrilled to do it and got in the studio, and he really dug into these songs and had great ideas. And the great thing that happened with this project was some of the songs on there he has nothing to do with other than co-producing. And he could easily said, Mo, those are great songs, but hey, listen to this that I wrote, you know, and he didn't. He actually, like Right Back at You and Beautiful, I mean, those were songs that he said, you have got to cut on this record, and he had nothing to do with those as far as writing them. So he really dug into who we were, and just a great soul and a great guy.
Yeah, he got
great
you,
friend.
and it's always nice when you can find that in the business and find someone that you can just have that unity with and create great music. So that's awesome. And with that said, when is your country album coming out? Because this is an early copy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an early copy.
debate.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. The big thing is being independent. We always, at fourth quarter, you always run into that, you know, Keith Urban and Rascal Flatts, and everybody's putting out product for the holidays. We don't want to get lost in that shuffle, so we don't know there's still not a date. There's a few kind of thrown
Very
out
smart.
there.
Well, you know what? Independently,
It's
you can put it
all
out when you want
timing.
to.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we will just sit back and wait. All of you fans,
soon.
get ready. Yes. All right. Well, you guys are just doing great. I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for talking to me this morning. And
Thank you so much.
for all you fans out there, the Roys on Inside Music Row.
Don't go away. We have lots more amazing music coming up ahead. We'll hit up a Nashville showcase for a new artist coming up next. You won't want to miss it.
This is Amber Hayes, and I'm coming up next on Inside Music Row.